Welcome to Levels of Geeks Live, bringing you the latest topics in cinema, plus 4K reviews, movie reviews, and more. Battle the leaderboard to earn cool prizes. The only place on YouTube that your opinion matters. And now your host of Levels of Geeks Live, Alex and Friends.
Welcome everyone to a fun episode today. I'm your host Alex Figueroa, and my co-hosts are.
Our reviews will kill you. The whole team, the whole party is here.
Don't be teasing a fun episode when you don't know what this is gonna be yet. This could be a complete shit show.
It could be.
It's gonna be the best. I am the man you may know as Z. I am joined by the local degenerate that is Noob. We've got Baby Yoda in the house, and we have Scott Keebler, our other co-host, out there with you.
I mean, someone's got to be looking good around here.
Yes,
this is what it is.
No, it is. You look like an engineer, like in those sports channels. Like you're in the back, and like camera live from the sports.
Because that's what I am. I actually look forward to this because this is the first time I don't have to do anything. This is all on your shoulders. So if anything's wrong, it's not my fault this time. I love this.
Work week, Scott.
Yeah, it's my fault. Let's say what's up to everyone that's live with us on the chat. Oh wow, already bragging rights. Vortex Studios. I got my PS5 already. Wow,
Ooh,
how the hell did you get it? Like a few days before what? Tuesday? What is it? Next week Tuesday, right? The 12th.
He sold his vote for it.
Pixar, it didn't happen.
All right, Sam Jr.'s in the house. TransformerCon's in the house. Unboxing with me, unboxing. Jay's in the house. Again, Vortex Studio. Horror and Coffee. What's up, guys? But guys from Orc U, how you guys doing?
Woo! We're doing good. We're excited to talk some Mandalorian with you.
Yeah, I mean this is pretty cool. But give everyone what's your channel's about before we get into this whole Mando. Give everyone like what's Orc U all about?
What is Orc U about? We like to call ourselves an outrageously funny podcast that skewers everything. We do reviews. We do wacky news. We have a lot of fun. Noob's probably a racist.
I say sex things too.
Sometimes he does that. And Scott keeps us from getting arrested or sent to jail.
Which is a full-time job, believe me on that one.
Yeah, Sam Jr.'s like rated R at Levels of Geeks. Yeah.
We are definitely, yes, I would say we're explicit is one way of putting it.
Rated R for rape.
Yeah, if one thing we promise is we're going to bring your channel down a couple notches.
Yes, and then Scott
Like
will tie
20.
No, I already knew.
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
Yeah, no, I already knew with this channel. Tonight is going to be like the Howard Stern version of Levels of Geeks.
I just need to say one thing, Alex. So your entire intro was so much better. We use the same program, by the way, in case people don't know. So our intro that Scott does takes like 2 seconds. It's like, oh, here's a logo that 3-year-old made. And then your shit is like 18 million logos, screen grabs, and
action, adventure, professionalism. It's exciting. We're sitting here like, wow.
What are you trying to say?
Scott, put down the fucking Big Mac and do some work is what I'm saying.
Put it in your trash can and get it working, wow. Scott.
I did not come here for this tonight. I'm disappointed.
No, but all right, so let's talk about Mando. So we were talking offline, but when did you guys like actually get to see it? I saw it the Friday of, but when did you guys actually get to see it?
We were busy doing our show, so
right.
We all caught it, I guess. I caught it Tuesday. I think Noob caught it Tuesday.
Tuesday or Monday.
Yeah, I don't know when did Scott catch it.
About the same. It was Tuesday or Wednesday. I watched it again today in anticipation for the show because I want to make sure I didn't miss anything.
Oh, so you doubled down.
I doubled down. I made sure I covered everything. I watched it twice and only paid attention once.
Yeah, I mean, it was weird. I saw it once, and I think once it was good for me, to be really honest with you.
The show is all that like mind bending where you're like, I didn't get what was going on there the first time. Like the plots are always very basic.
Well, it's amazing the turnaround they had, because on Thursday night we did our episode about Tremors, the movie series, and we talked about all Tremors all the time, from perfection to rejection. And then the next night you had The Mandalorian, and they did the same damn thing.
Yeah.
They basically copied our episode.
Yeah.
And Tremors. They knew going into production. They were like, "Orky's going to talk Tremors. We better put up or shut up."
Does Tremors sacrifice cute little mammals or what?
Yeah,
were they,
absolutely.
mammoths?
There's a bunch of
woolly
sheep
mammoths?
and all sorts of. No, they're called banthas. There.
Woolly mammoths.
Yeah.
I guess the other interesting question, technically, who here is actual Star Wars fans? I know Noob knows nothing.
Don't give a shit. No,
not at all. Scott is
He's a hunter.
Oh my god.
I like that. That's a very good.
I got this a while ago.
Whoa! We didn't get
I've been looking forward to rocking this jersey here. I got this a while ago, and now that season 2's come out, I can finally wear it. And after tonight, I'm just going to hang it up and put it behind me, and it's going to stay there instead, because then it'll stink, and I don't want to wear it again.
No, that's actually a really nice jersey. Like when you go to like the Comic-Con, they always have like this booth with like jerseys and baseball jerseys with like Darth Vader or some Captain America basketball jersey. You know, like that shit look whack. But
yeah, the one unhealthy addiction I do have is hockey jerseys. I've got like hundreds of them, I guess, and I don't skimp on them. You know, I make sure that I get the ones, high quality ones, the full patches sewn in, the whole. Yeah, so yeah, if it's that, it's my unhealthy addictions are probably my hockey jerseys and porn.
Kevin Smith said he wants his jerseys back. And his beard, and his look,
and his weight.
Oh. Yeah, I have that too. Basically, I'm Kevin Smith 10 years ago.
Yes, before the heart attack,
and before he was famous.
Yeah, there you go.
So that's what I need. I have to wait for my first heart attack, and then I can get famous.
There you go. No, yeah, I'm a Star Wars fan. Not crazy big like the other two guys that I do it on Fridays with, like Horror and Coffee. He's a huge, like he collects the sabers, and he does all. He has like the Sith books and the Jedi Temple books and the holocrons and all that shit. Then you got Jamel, which is Jedi versus Dark Side YouTube channel, which again his YouTube channel already tells you that he is a Star Wars fan. Like he reads the novels, he got the comics, so he knows the ins and outs. I just watch the cartoons and the movies. And that's all I do, and play the video games.
And I'm on the same page as you are, where like I've seen the movies, the 1, 2, and 3 movies, which were actually 4, 5, and 6. It's confusing, I know. I've seen them a million times. The cartoons I've watched a ton of times on Disney, and I hate all the other movies on top of that. So I consider myself a Star Wars fan, but then you see guys like that, and it's like, well, I actually really don't know anything at all. Those guys blow me completely out of the water.
Don't make me whip out my at on you. I have an at that I am looking at right now.
Z,
whip it out.
Z, we're on YouTube. Do not do that.
The only movie I saw was Episode 8, and it was probably the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
What's that? That's The Last Jedi?
The Return of the Jedi.
Oh,
or no, not The Return. The
Force
Last.
Awakens?
Oh, it is The Last Jedi.
Yeah, Last Jedi. Yeah.
Where Mark Hamill becomes a Force ghost.
Yes.
I like that one. It's the best thing ever.
To be honest with you, I still think that. To be honest with you, that's my favorite one out of the 3.
Oh, fuck you! Is it really? I was being facetious.
No, I'm being fucking honest, dude.
Wow.
I loved it way better than the others.
And you suggested we do this? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, that's true, noob. It's your fault.
I don't know if you take them. No, Ruin Johnson's pretty bad. I was gonna say if you take just those 3 movies and stand them alone on their own,
they're garbage.
Maybe Last Jedi is the best of the 3 crap ones, but I don't know. They're all crap. So
well, they all garbage in terms of Star Wars storyline. They're not as good. But out of the 3, I think Rian Johnson's I felt like was a more dark cinematic version of Star Wars, which I like. He took risk that I enjoyed, not the same old crap that we saw in Force Awakens. That
Nah,
Force Awakens is disappointing because it's a reboot of
New
Hope. So
the second part of The Rise of Skywalker was the only good part of those 3 series, where there actually was original storyline. They brought it all together and they finished it up, and there wasn't a horrible casino scene.
Which one? The Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah, Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, you like that one?
Just the second half, not the first half.
I didn't even like that when they were like when Palpatine was fighting Rey. I wanted to punch someone in the face. Whoever wrote that shit.
Once they had to spend the first half of the movie rewriting everything because they screwed up with the previous two movies, then I enjoyed that movie. But it really was. You had half a movie that had to rescue what the previous movies had done to ruin this universe.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like, when Rey was there praying to the freaking gods, I was like, please, Anakin, come out and do something, and let's just get crazy. But he didn't even show up, and I was like,
Mufasa showed up. That was the weirdest part. Mufasa came out from the clouds. My child, you will be the last of them all.
Oh, Scott, you're trying too hard.
Dude. I am. I know. I love it.
Scott's to try hard.
I know. I get to finally play with things here. This is great.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's pretty good. All right, so let's get into the Mandalorian season 1. All right, so what you guys initial thought when you first saw the episode? I wasn't too crazy with it. I thought it was a very, how can I say it? More story driven. Like, I like action. Like, I'm more into the action. So, like, when they show, like, the season 1, when they did that whole John Wick scene, I call it the John Wick scene, when he went to rescue Baby Yoda. He went straight John Wick on people, Star Wars style. And I liked it. I was like, yeah, this one.
It was probably too long for you. It would be my assumption because it was longer than your standard episode. So if they consolidated it back down, it would have had enough action. Because I thought there were some decent action sequences. The fight scene in the wrestling ring or whatever the heck that is with the Gamorrean guards.
Cool. Yeah,
that was cool. I thought all of the Crate Dragon scenes were pretty cool. And I thought the scene where special guest star Timothy Oliphant comes in. He's wearing the armor and he cleans house. Like, there were some good action sets, but like you were saying, there's definitely some lull parts and a little bit of, I guess, character development for Mando, showing that he's more than just a suit. He can like talk and say things, and he could talk apparently to the Tusken Raiders, which is weird, but sure.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just felt it. And then the sandworms. Ooh, sandworms. Gets me all the time. That's what I felt.
I
like
love sandworms. Yeah.
No, but like, I mean, overall, it was a decent episode. For me, it was a decent episode.
I give it a thumbs up.
Yeah. Scott, what do you think?
The premise was cool, and I do agree with you. The graboid was pretty cool. But like the first series it was a standalone episode. It didn't add or take away from the story at all. The one question that was presented to me is, why the hell is he wasting his time with this? His job is to return the child to its own species, and yet he's wasting time with a sandworm. And he's also now putting this child in all these dangerous situations when he's supposed to be protecting it. So it's not really supposed to give to the storyline that we're looking at as him returning the child. It's just like this side story that, why are you wasting your time doing this? You're supposed to be out there like finding this kid's home.
Because he's obligated to go. He's got to follow Dewey.
No,
He's no choice.
The way was to get his armor back from the guy who's not a Mandalorian. Dude, he's a Mandalorian. Kill the guy, take the armor, take the kid home. I mean, that's what he's supposed to do, right?
They have a code. That doesn't mean murder everybody.
Take the child to the queen.
Take the child to the queen.
No, I mean, I agree, but technically, does he really need to protect Baby Yoda? I mean, he could do it himself. He really doesn't need him to protect him.
That one scene at the beginning actually was laugh out loud. Of course, they had it in the trailer right away, so it was the right away that you got the punchline on that when the Baby Yoda hits the thing, closes the case around himself when he knows shit's about to go down. After that,
not enough Baby Yoda.
That was like, they finished the scene way too early, and that was it. I mean, the rest of the storyline was just kind of there.
Yeah, no, I agree. Nope. What do you think?
I mean, well, there are a couple things here before I go off on a side tangent. So one, not enough Baby Yoda. Yeah. Two, thank God Baby Yoda doesn't exist in the real world, because Joe Biden would sniff the shit out of it. Three, wow, I wasn't sure I was going to throw that one in there, but that sidetracked me completely. Three, I really don't know what my third point is.
You don't have a point. You're just
my point. When I go gray, I hope I look as fuckable as Timothy Oliphant, because that man is so gorgeous.
That was something that was made, like, pulled the character out for me, was his hair was so goddamn perfect the entire time. You're like, The dude's supposed to be on some crappy outpost out in the middle of Tatooine, which is like supposed to be like the far end of the galaxy. And the man's hair is immaculate in every scene.
Because that man is immaculate.
Oh, how does he not have helmet hair? He's supposed to be wearing that Mandalorian helmet the entire time, and when he takes his hair off, it looks like what's her name from Batman, the Batgirl series.
Oh, Ruby Rose.
Yeah, Ruby Rose takes off the cowl, and her hair is perfect. Like he did the same thing. He took off the Mando helmet, and his hair was perfect.
How dare you bring Batwoman into a conversation about Mandalorian?
Out of all the
How
things you
dare
think of, had to be that one. No, but yeah, I totally agree with you. It was weird. Like, and again, it happens throughout the series too. I bet you. Once when these new characters come in, they're gonna take it off and look all nice. But to me, it's funny because he looked like Pierce Bronson. In when he took it off, I was like, wait a minute, who? Okay, I kind of know who it is, but John Leguizamo's in the series in the episode too.
Yeah, I didn't know. Who was he?
John Leguizamo's in? I did not
he was
see him.
he was the guy I think he was talking to in the ring area.
He was the guy under the
one eye
prosthetics? Really?
Yeah, the one with the one eye, yeah.
No way. I would have had no idea. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, a lot of people brought it up.
That was that's got to be practical effects, right? There's no way that's not practical.
All those dudes are straight in makeup. So and then the guy from, I don't know if you guys seen Deadwood, the TV show. The guy who played Meatloaf in the biopic movie. Jeez, I don't even know the guy's name. He was in Deadwood, but he played the bartender, which was pretty funny. I was like, okay.
You probably didn't know Scott was a Gamorrean guard.
And like 3 of the sandworms.
He was a baby sandworm too.
But only because it was 3 sandworms all standing next to each other. It was 3 heads and just one big fat costume because that's, I can't squeeze in those little sandworm costumes.
Here's a question. Yeah. Are there too many member berries in, like, this felt like a little bit too much fan pandering? Like, I don't need to revisit Tatooine. Why is it too? Yeah, first of all, why are we going back to Tatooine again, right? And I guess like that's what was confusing about the first season is you never really knew where the Mandalorian was necessarily unless they explicitly told you I'm on this planet.
Right.
But I didn't know that lady, whatever her name is, the crazy lady with the droids, she was I guess I didn't realize she was on Tatooine from the first season. Like I just didn't put those together. And then going back there again, like, can we move beyond original Star Wars a little bit more? Like, I'm.
I think I can agree with you on that. Is they are forcing it. This is supposed to be a universe with hundreds of thousands of planets. They keep going back to the same 5. Why did they have to go back and visit this mechanic? Because there was no point in having her in the story whatsoever, other than he lands there and she says, "Go check out this town."
He heard that there was a That's what he was looking for, was other Mandalorians to help him. That guy said, go to Tatooine. He went to visit the girl, and the girl told him, go over here.
Did you need her in the story? Not really. It's almost like they have a contract where they had to get her at least one more episode to pay her, and they can get rid of her. Unless he goes back to Tatooine 5 more times.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you, but I think the reason why is because I think he has a ally that he could rely on.
It seems like he's going to revisit his friends. Like, he's going to go back to them. What about the Gamorrean guards? Was that really necessary? I just felt like, why 2? Why couldn't it be 1? Why did they have to have 2?
Was that the Shrek fight in the ring?
Yes,
yeah,
the Shrek fight in the ring.
Fight. Yeah, no, I mean, I agree with you. Even when Timothy, the sheriff of the town, the Marshal, he was driving Anakin's speeder.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I was like,
yeah, it was. Yeah, I did recognize that. I didn't think that was actually supposed to be like one of the motors from Anakin's.
Yeah.
It absolutely did look familiar to that. And it wasn't like the Gamorrean guards. Wasn't that supposed to be like a big part of the storyline? Isn't it going to be a kick in the pants when that was the only part of the series that has it? Is just that beginning where 2 are fighting and that's it?
What would a Gamorrean guards have to do with anything other than their member berries?
I thought that was one of the teases for this season was like Gamorrean guards are going to show up this season. That's going to be one of the big things.
They're just slugs they're Shreks who fight. That's what they do. Or get fed to
AT-ATs?
No, they don't get fed to AT-ATs.
Yeah. Womp-womps.
No, not womp, not womp.
The Rhoda. No, but
what's the damn thing in the basement in Jabba's palace?
Sandworms.
The
Rancor.
The Rancor.
Yeah, the Rancor. Yeah. I had a toy of that too. Sorry, I don't have it.
Speaking of which, what was this character's name that you have on screen here?
The Marshal?
The Marshal.
Dollar fan.
Yeah.
How many times does he have to mention Womp Rats? He
Oh my
mentioned,
God, he
like-
said Womp Rats way too many times.
like 8 times. And it was just throwbacks. It was like we're like Womp Rats getting bombed here. It's like it's like shooting Womp Rats. He said it like 20 times.
Were those little things that hop around, are those supposed to be Womp Rats? Like, I still don't know what a Womp Rat is.
It have to be because I mean that's the only thing that once he said it, they kept showing it on TV. I mean on the television, they kept showing it off. So that
Yeah,
has
those
to
have
be
to be
Womp.
Womp Rats.
Yeah. But that's I mean, there's a lot of stuff that they were doing. I mean, they showed the race pod, which I was like, okay, cool, that was cute, great. Then they showed off, Boba Fett's armor, which of course that was giving
And
you
Jawas.
Yeah, the Jawas again.
Why does Boba
R5.
Fett? Oh yeah, R5. Yeah. I just felt like it was so jammed full of like, here's one obscure reference from one, like the Krat Dragon itself that's like a one-off line that Obi-Wan talks about in New Hope, and they have to like, oh, we're gonna build a whole episode around this one line. By the way, Jon Favreau directed that episode. Favreau, the Fabulous.
Yeah, it's fun.
Brett
Didn't he
Favre.
have like a scene that looked like Iron Man?
Did he?
Yeah, when
what?
Bubba shot the tank.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Didn't it look like Iron Man when he
Yeah.
shoots the stupid tank and he turns around and it's like boosh explosion.
That's like a huge win for toy collectors. One of the original Boba Fett toys had a working rocket launcher, that little like protuberance from his jetpack that shoots.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a reference to an old ass like first generation toy, and because you'd never seen it. It was a functional, you press a little button, it shoots like the little rocket. So that was like a thing for fans there too. That's where I'm like, I like some of the fan service, but like, God, you don't have to beat us over the head with it. Like, we get it. It's Tatooine, it's Boba Fett, even though Boba Fett should be dead.
Yeah, I mean, we could get into that. Let me see. Everyone is like talking here.
I do. I love how in the comments we have people that are actually correcting us. Voltrix Studios said it was a pod racer. Thank you, because no one cares about that.
You're just taking over.
Unboxing said, the secret is, what is the child's name? Unboxing was spoiled for right now. It's Herbert.
Herbert.
What?
Say there.
Yeah,
think that's my name. Say there.
Herbert.
Sure.
Let me see what else we got here. Tony Movie Chappie says, yeah, that was a great reference from Jon Favreau's Iron Man. I noticed that. Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with you guys. There's a lot of nostalgia, which that's one of the things I hated about the new movies. When they were doing that shit too. Like, they had to do nostalgia to make everyone happy.
Way too much.
Just all fan service. And what happens is when you do all this fan service, you can't further a story. You can't tell anything new. And when they realized with the first movie they did too much fan service, they did the second one where they did the casino scenes instead, which still screwed it up.
Well, think about this. Let's just take a second to analyze something. Let's talk. We all, I guess, would say we liked Timothy Oliphant's character, the Marshal, right? He's
Yeah, I
kind of
loved
a
him.
cool character,
Yeah.
right? Now think about this.
He's hot.
Anytime you have to reference the Marshal or talk to him, now you're forced to go back to Tatooine instead of moving the story forward and exploring new, exciting, and different worlds in Star Wars. We are now forced to retrograde and go back to Tatooine yet again. So that's where I really don't like, you're going to add a little bit to the mythology and the lore, but then you're stuck going back because this guy's got to be tied to this anchor of a plot with Boba Fett's stupid freaking armor. Like, who cares?
But I mean, and that's just a waste of a story. Like, other than the fact that he happened to buy Boba Fett's armor because he was staying in the desert, this guy doesn't know anything else. He's just this little timer from this town on this random planet that ran away in the desert. He doesn't know anything. There's nothing about him that should forward the storyline along. So there's no reason to even go back to Tatooine in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, but again, they might just bring him back just because the fans liked his character, and they go, hey, he has another ally that he could join the fight at the end against whoever villain it is.
We don't even necessarily, I guess it's Moff Gideon, but
Gideon Moff, yeah.
I do want to point out, though, the attention to detail in this show is absolutely redonkulous. When they showed a close-up of one of the banthas, I was like, holy crap, that looks pretty real. And then the other thing, did you notice that like they were brushing the bantha's teeth? Like there's always stuff going on in the background where if you look at what George Lucas did to the original 3 and added a bunch of garbage to what was in the background, I feel like at least Favreau is trying to like does it to create some depth to the world. You know, you get the feeling that they do genuinely care about the banthas, that they're not just like, obviously they were going to sacrifice one, but the same point is like, hey, they care about these things. They're part of the tribe. They need them. They care about them. And you get that from like a little shot of them brushing the bantha's teeth as they're panning through a scene, which I thought was cool.
Yeah, I mean, another cool thing also is the fact that, well, you got to see more of the Tusken Raiders.
Yeah.
Because we never got to see them in none of the films. You just see the ones go, ooh, and then you get shot.
Those are the same people, right, that are just screaming.
Yeah.
You just got to go straight to sand people, don't you?
What? No, that's not.
You heard that's a controversy, right? People are upset because they're referring to Tusken Raiders as sand people.
Oh, is that real? I just made that up.
Oh no, it's a real thing.
Yeah, I called them sand people last episode.
That's racist.
Well, the point though is that in this world, you're allowed to use disparaging comments about people. You want to call they're people of the sand. They call them sand people. I do have one racial problem with the show, though. In general,
here we go.
This is it.
It's 2020.
Why in the world? Okay, why is his name Mando? Is that like going up to like I don't have a good example of this. Like
you can say on air.
Yeah, there's nothing I could say on air. But like,
wait, we're white. Well, hold on, we're white. We can say cracker.
Or Chalky. I can call you a Chalky.
Chalky, yes. Chalky's and Chalky crackers.
You know what I'm saying? So he's just going like, my name is generic. Like, it's not a real name. Like, he has a real name. So if there's like 4 Mandalorians in a room, do you call them all Mando? Or is that like his name?
Except nobody actually knows his name.
He said his name though. He
said it. He said it like one time, but then every time he meets a new character, he doesn't tell anyone what his name is. He said it one time. It was a reveal in the thing. I don't think he was telling like, yeah, everyone called him Mando, but that's because he wasn't telling people what his name was. He said to like one character in the first season, and then everyone else just called him Mando because you're not gonna be like, hey, Mandalorian guy.
Well, then you got to go one step further. And what's his pronoun? So is he Mando because he's a man, or Mandy? What if he's a female Mandalorian? Mandy?
Do they go with Mandy?
Well, maybe, but I mean, that nickname was given to him by Carl Weathers' character.
Well, that's racist.
Yeah, he was just like, "Hey, Mando."
Well, but then everybody calls him.
What would he
Mando,
be, Mandingo? Right? Like, I don't understand. Like, where was
he going with that? So I don't get it. I think it's like you can't just go and call a whole room full of people Mando. Like it just doesn't. It's one of those disconnects. Or like they even said something weird in the first season where like only one Mandalorian can come up at a time. So what? This guy has he's got carte blanche to be up on the surface all the time, and everyone else has to hang underground. They never explain that. It's just weird. Why did they create this culture that way? They should not have painted themselves into a weird corner like that.
Which also was not the culture. We've seen that from the cartoon series multiple times. I think like that was one little thing they kind of threw in there because they wanted to try something new. It didn't really stick, so they just kind of like went along hoping people forgot about it.
Yeah, I don't know. It just it's one of those things that really grinds my gears.
Yeah, I mean, even in the cartoon, but I remember in the cartoon they were all out, but I think they're all in hiding now because they're like rare. Everyone wants their armor, that Beskar armor. Yeah,
they are all in hiding.
They're persecuted people.
But why does he get to be out on the surface so much? I mean, he's just got like if they have time cards, that dude's punching all the overtime.
Well, he's just badass. He's just badass. He's like, well, I got to get this baby to the planet, and whoever's in my way is going down.
But he wasn't. It wasn't until the end of the first season did he finally get his rocket. He was like he was like beginner Mandalorian the entire first season. And like Z's saying, he was on the surface the entire time. And yeah, if they're gonna go with that, then why are you gonna send your
Mandalorian.
your Mandalorian intern out into the world when you have all these other ones who actually have rockets.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. Like, I don't know. It's all very weird.
Yeah, it's like an RPG game. He was slowly getting his armor. He was slowly getting his good stuff. They didn't want to give it to him one at a time. They were like, you know what? Work it out.
Whistling sparrows or something like that. What's that like weird weapon that he has?
The golden snitch.
He does not have the golden snitch.
Nope, not the golden snitch.
The whispering, I forgot what it was. Yeah, the whispering willow. Yeah, I think that's what it was.
It's not called whispering.
The whispering
willow.
eye. What's the vagina reference?
No,
That's the
vagina
anus.
reference.
That's the anus.
Not if you have hemorrhoids. It's not
The
whistling
whistling bird.
screaming.
The whistling birds.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, I see, and that's another thing. Like, I enjoyed that from season 1 when he kept going to the armor chick and she was building his armor. Like, you know, I got new weapons for you. And I was like, yeah, let's see what other badass things he could. Cause she was like the Q of the Mandalorians.
Yeah,
Like,
he was giving them all the hot new gear. No, that's true.
Like now it's like, oh, okay, it's the same gear. But I'm like, nah, I want more stuff. Like,
Is
I'm
that
greedy
Gina
now.
Carano? Not Gina
No,
Carano.
not Gina
No.
Carano.
Oh.
No, that's the. I don't know what her name is, but she's the rebel
lesbian super soldier.
Super soldier. The
She's an empire. No, she's a fallen empire.
No, I thought she was a rebel shock trooper.
Was she?
Yeah, I thought
Oh,
that's
Shocker
back-
Trooper. She's into the Shocker.
She's into the shocker. Oh, she sure is. Who's gonna direct the next episode? I know that they gave what's his face's daughter. Man,
Bryce Dallas Howard.
that's the one.
Ron Howard.
She's gonna run in
Space
her
Kraken.
heels through the sand, riding a sandworm, just to show you how powerful she
into
is.
the space Kraken.
Impossible.
She's definitely then Shia LaBeouf. He's next.
Yeah, I mean,
Just do it.
you think is? You know, I think Robert Rodriguez's episode might be the last one. out of what I remember.
He's directing one.
Yeah,
Are you
he's
kidding me?
directing one. Yeah.
So who the hell's the dude
Oh,
he always
Lord.
hires? Danny Trejo. He's going to be in it.
Oh my god, that would be awesome. They
That
need to
would
add
be
Danny
awesome.
Trejo to the universe. Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be so cool.
He'll be pretty good. What do you? Oh, here we go. Jamel Lopez says, Who do you think Sasha Banks is playing in season 2 of Mandalorian?
Who the fuck is Sasha
Oh,
Banks?
The wrestling chick from WWE.
Maybe she's another lesbian super
She-
soldier. She's friends with Gina Carano, clearly.
So there's just gonna be a sex scene where they just scissor the entire time.
No, I don't think so.
No, everyone's theory is that she's Sabine from Rebels.
Don't know. I can't
No.
get behind the cartoons.
What if she's
I'd
Baby
have-
Yoda?
I'd have to see an image of it. I think that's possible. They also aren't they also supposed to be sneaking Ahsoka into the series as well?
Well, Ahsoka's played by Rosario Dawson.
Okay, yeah.
She's in this?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's Ahsoka, which is Anakin's Padawan. If you guys don't know that.
No, I
Just-
knew that.
Yeah. Okay. So, Sabine, I think everyone is thinking that she is. Oh, now everyone's throwing shade. Oh, that's not good, people. Vortex Studio, if you don't know Star Wars, then what are you doing here?
Voltrex, I will hold you down and suck the crystals out of your lightsaber. I swear.
The
to
rebel
God.
shock troopers. I
Don't
said
fuck
she
with
was a
me.
rebel shock trooper.
You did say that.
That's right. The knowledge is here.
On
I just
Z's.
the rest of these people. I don't know. I can't. Speak
I'm the
for them.
entertainment. Z's the knowledge. Scott's fat.
Scott.
Scott. He's drinking Scott. That's who he is. Cara Dune. Yes, Cara Dune.
Cara Delevingne.
Yes. But yeah, like in terms of Sasha Banks, she could be Sabine from Rebels.
Who knows? I mean, we don't
Yeah.
know. We didn't even know that Timothy Oliphant was going to be the Marshal. For all we know, she could be like the mayor of Tatooine. Like what? You know what I mean? Like,
Tatooine.
The other problem is how many of these characters are going to get pulled from Rebels because they're pulling Ahsoka out, which Ahsoka is not just Rebels. Granted, she's other series as well.
Yeah, Clone
But
Wars.
they're going to pull Ahsoka. If they're going to pull Sabine, they've pulled out the Darksaber. These are all things that you know if A, you are into it like some of these nerds are, or B, you've watched all the cartoons like the rest of us nerds. That's the only way you're going to know these. If you haven't watched these cartoons, you're not going to know these characters, and you're not going to be excited for this season of The Mandalorian when they all show up.
the real question that we should all be wondering is when are they going to Hoth?
I don't know, man. I don't think. Oh man, the only way I can see that if Ahsoka's in Hoth.
I just was gonna like. There's only 5 planets, so and one of them got destroyed. So,
But honestly, like in terms of Ahsoka, she has to be in one of the planets, like a Jedi planet or some like.
Not necessarily,
I
because
think she's on the boat.
No, she left the Jedi Order. She doesn't necessarily have to be on a Jedi planet when they come around to this. She never actually returned to the Order in the series.
Well, but we don't even know the timeline. She could be with Sabine looking for Ezra.
And that's is where they left off, but
Yeah.
still she wasn't a part of the Jedi. She was part of the Rebel,
she wasn't
Rebel
even-
Alliance
yeah.
still, but she never actually returned to the
Order.
to the Order. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
She needs to get better than Ezra.
Huh? Well, no,
Oh, you guys didn't get the joke. Come on. That's
Ezra
an
Miller?
obscure 90s band reference. Come on, better than Ezra.
Not Ezra Miller who choked white women.
There you go. That's what I was looking for.
Vortex Studio said, I don't see them going to Hoth. Most likely, where the
Ilum, which is
Ilum,
Starkiller.
which is Starkiller based on the
no
future.
way. No, they're only going to. Have you not been watching Mandalorian and all the member berries? They're not going to take us someplace new. They're only going to take us places old.
No, but they went to they went to a new place for this first season.
You mean the place that looks exactly like Tatooine?
No, they went to that forest place where Cara Dune and he had to save the people in the village, and then the big looking thing.
Endor Part 2? You mean the ATST?
Yeah, whatever that thing is. Yeah, I call it the thing from RoboCop that came out. the robot.
ED
1000.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing. But yeah, I mean, they went to new planets, but I just feel like I said it even in the other episode, I feel like Mando's becoming the one-man A-team. It's like, oh, you guys need help? I can help you.
Yeah, he is the one-man A-team. You are 100%. That is probably one of the most accurate ways to describe the show. Like, he's little, but I mean, that's cool. It's kind of a spaghetti Western meets the modern, modern, but like, Star Wars mythos. And then, like you said, he's the traveling Ronin. He's the guy who goes to the village. Oh, I'll trade you this case of ale. He's much nicer than Mel Gibson, though, who's just a dick, who wants to steal your oil from Mad Max and Road Warrior.
I mean, well, they keep saying, well, in the trailers, they go to a snow planet.
Oh,
So
boy.
Don't let me say I told you so.
Didn't he start on a snow planet where he picked up that dude?
What's the planet that Luke cuts up over the panel?
Scott just had to throw in the 18 there.
He had to.
Member berries.
Isn't there's a scene in one of the older movies that suck because they're old, and where he cuts open like a camel and like lives in them for a night.
That was Empire
Camel,
Strikes Back, right? Empire Strikes
what,
Back?
what was that snow planet?
That's Hoth.
That's Hoth.
Yes.
So they're going to Hoth.
Well, it doesn't have to be Hoth. I mean, remember even in, was it Last Jedi, everyone thought, what was it, Creed or Crate? When it was like mad white, then all of a sudden you saw the red, and it's like, oh, it's not snowy. It's a salty red floor.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was stupid.
Well, at least it looked different. Like, I
Yeah, it
don't
looked
understand why all of these planets are like, it's the jungle moon of Endor, or it's the ice planet Hoth, or Tatooine, the desert planet. Like, and then we have like Admiral Akbar's water planet. Like, do these planets not have like, North poles and South poles, and like, I don't know. The mono culture of Star Wars can be very limiting, and I think if they keep going in this direction, they're gonna find that they're very limiting, which could be one of the results of the low ratings that we were talking about prior to the show.
Yeah, I mean, well, let's see. Unboxing says, but remember, The Mandalorian does take place after Return of the Jedi. So they will probably talk about Ahsoka and what she is going to do with the child. I don't think she's taking the child. I just think she knows where he comes from because she had Master Yoda.
Yeah, she's just be like, yo, that's Yoda.
Yeah,
bro.
that's Yoda's son, man.
Bro.
But does that necessarily mean where she's going to know where the child goes? Yoda, aside from Yoda, there was only other Yoda species we know was the female Yoda that was in the
Yoda.
prequels.
Was it part 2?
It was
With
part
Chewbacca?
two. Yeah, so it was part 2 in the prequels,
Yeah.
and she was just sitting there in the temple and nowhere else. So you never even saw. Somebody who probably has a lot more Star Wars knowledge than us knows? Do we actually know what Yoda's species is, and if there's more of them. Is there still Yodaites somewhere on a planet somewhere?
The baby
No,
Shrek.
that's the only other one is Yodel. There's no name for his species. Yeah, I'm pretty sure her name is Yodel. Yodel-ee-hoo.
Freaking. But what do you guys thought when they showed the big reveal of Boba, the real Boba Fett?
Boba Fett. I didn't know who that
Boba.
was. When I saw it, I was like, who the hell is that guy? And then I found out later that it was the actor who, in fact, plays Boba Fett.
And Jango Fett.
And Jango Fett.
And Rex.
And all the other... Oh, okay, so here's a question.
Yeah.
If he's possibly Rex, right? There's a slim possibility that it's Rex and not Boba, right?
Well, no. If it's Rex, he's going to be with Ahsoka.
Who's Rex?
I don't know. Some other clone who...
He
whatever.
looks like him. It looks exactly like him.
He
With a
looks
white
like
beard.
Boba Fett. So we're just assuming that this is, in fact, Boba.
This is Boba. This is straight Boba.
This is straight Boba.
Do we know that this is Boba?
Didn't he get fed to like a Rancor or something?
No,
Yeah,
he
but
fell
it-
into the Sarlacc pit.
Yeah, he did. But if you saw when Mando went into the mouth of the stupid worm-looking thing, you saw that his armor took the beating inside the belly. So that tells you that Boba lived, and that's why his armor looks actually a little bit beat up.
But
So,
he didn't get out unscathed. They did show his face was damaged from and everything else.
Yeah.
And so his armor reappeared. So Boba Fett could still be alive. But wasn't Boba not a Mandalorian?
According to and everything that Disney has released is lore, not legends, right? Although I will mention legends and a game in one of the Easter eggs that we'll talk about a little bit later. But yes, what were you saying again? I totally missed
well,
it.
guys
Yeah,
in the
I
chat,
got
the guys who read in the chat, Jamel, I know you will know this, and it looks like Vortex Studios knows it. Star Wars is Boba Fett a Mandalorian when he was a bounty
that's
hunter?
right.
Like, was he a true
No,
Doesn't he
Mando?
have the-
he stole the armor. Is what happens in the lore.
He stole it.
Yeah, he stole it.
Oh, there
He
you
is
go.
Not a
Yeah,
Mandalorian.
You got answered. He's no.
So then why does anyone give a shit about Boba Fett?
Because
He's
when
nostalgic.
when people were little kids, they thought it was like he was the coolest the coolest bounty hunter. I liked the big lizard guy myself. I had that toy. I did not have a Boba Fett. I forget the name of the lizard guy.
And
I'm
now
sure
you're
somebody will
sitting
tell me.
next to an exact replica of that same lizard.
He looks just like him, doesn't he?
He does.
A
He looks-
tall-looking lizard.
Exactly like him. If people probably, and if you don't watch the cartoons, you probably don't know this, but Jango Fett, of course, is the original body double for all the clones in the Clone Wars. Boba Fett being Jango Fett's son. So and that's where I'm
Clone
remembering
baby,
now.
not son.
Clone baby, but naturally aging clone baby. So now I'm remembering as well. No, Boba Fett was not Mandalorian. It was stolen. It was taken because Jango also stole the armor from a Mandalorian in the first place. And the only reason he's there is because of the member berries that you mentioned earlier. There's no other reason.
Yeah, and now he saw his armor flying away with the actual true Mandalorian. He's like, I'm getting my shit back. He turned around. He's like, I want my suit back. So, but he looks kind of badass though. He has a Tusken Raider like gear.
Yeah, he had some gear. The other thing I don't like about it though is this is the second or third time in this show that like there's been a reveal of somebody watching The Mandalorian. Like I thought that was kind of cheesy because wasn't the woman from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., wasn't she another person who was tracking Mandalorian? Like I just don't.
Well, they all had a beacon.
No, but do you remember at the end of the episode? I think it's the one where he meets the bounty hunter that betrays him. That there's a woman who like shot him. She's like a sniper or something. I cannot remember. I know it's the woman from S.H.I.E.L.D.
No, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, she did look at him, but if you
She's
remember
playing
that,
field.
if you remember that episode, there was another person
May?
looking from a distance.
Oh, Ming Na Wei. or
Yeah,
whatever.
Ming Na Wei. She was in it. But that's like the second time you've had a reveal of some character, some mysterious character with no payoff. Like, if I didn't read that was Mandalorian, I would not have known, or if I didn't read like a spoiler, I would not have known that was Boba Fett because I was like, who the hell's that guy?
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is that not many people know who Boba is. Like, I mean, unless you watch the Return of the Jedi, but they had him once. Like, wasn't he in once in that movie before Han Solo smacked him in the backpack and then he went into the Sarlacc pit? And then
and you never see
Empire
his
Strikes
face.
Back.
Yeah, you never see his face. He's like, yeah, and he has the one cool line where he's, Han Solo's like, Boba Fett, where's Boba Fett? Like he's scared of Boba Fett, but
and that was like kind of like a storyline within the first Star Wars series. They didn't really explain. I guess they didn't really have to, but Han Solo's fear of Boba Fett is from a previous storyline that was never told in the stories. The only reason why we even know who Boba Fett is because of that line. Boba Fett. What do you mean Boba Fett? And then he gets smacked in.
I'm just tired of them taking out these one-liners from Star Wars and like, oh, you said this that one time, so now we're gonna like make it a thing. Like they did that in Solo. There was a ton of like, there's the dangling dice. They had to give the dice a whole goddamn backstory. No one cares about the dice. Like it's not that big of a deal. Or giving us more information. Like how did Han Solo get his name? I don't care. Kathleen Kennedy, stop making Star Wars stuff. Like you need to stop this. The fact that the dude got his name, he might as well have got his name from a red Solo cup, as far as I'm concerned. I think they're just I don't know who's giving the orders behind the scenes. Like I feel like Favreau has a lot of control over this, but come on, stop taking one-liners. Next thing you know, they're gonna ride an army of Tauntauns into the sunset, and we're gonna learn about Tauntaun breeders, so that
what are Tauntauns?
They're the camels that you slice open and sleep inside of.
Okay, snow camels.
Yes. I just like it's kind of like it's grating on, like, as someone who's a pretty big Star Wars fan, like I'm just tired. Like, can't you expand the universe? And I guess part of my bitterness comes from the fact that they destroyed Legends, where the Heir to the Empire book, if you're familiar with that, we commonly called the Thrawn trilogy. When they destroyed like a lot of the really good stuff, or like Jedi Temple, which was pretty good too, you just really pissed off a lot of fans, and then you come back with all this like shallow memberberry bullshit, and it's annoying.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, that's terrifying.
But no, but in terms of like, but that's the thing, that they're gonna bring out tons of Easter eggs, and I bet you the next episode is gonna be the same thing. He's gonna go to another planet, and there's gonna be another Easter egg.
More Easter eggs, yes.
And is this going to be what's going to ruin the Mandalorian? Is this going to be they're going to bank so hard on the member berries that people are going to get sick of it, and there's going to be no story?
Is member berries a term for like references or something?
Yeah. I was gonna say that. Like, what the hell is a member?
It came from. I don't think South Park invented it, but they really kind of like killed it. They had a whole episode about it where it's the way that they market to the age group of like 30 to 55 now. Where they were
actually in South Park. They were actually little like purple berries, and they were called member berries. And they was like, remember when?
Yeah, remember when?
And all the adults were all like getting stoned off them because it was just like, oh, it was so good back when days.
Remember when Boba Fett fell into the Sarlacc pit? Let's make a whole movie about it. Like that's what a member berry is. Like they're little nostalgia things, like the crate dragon. Remember when Allen Guinness, who played Obi-Wan Kenobi, made that sound that sounded like the crate dragon? Like, oh my God, that's so cool. Like that's where they're coming from.
Remember when we found Luke on Tatooine, and then we went back to Tatooine 5 more times to take Rey back to Tatooine again, and now we'll go back to Tatooine again 3 more times in The Mandalorian.
Yes. And that's the point, is like you just start being like, you can't just live off of nostalgia. I think that's why Star Wars Galaxies was doing so poor before. You can't reboot New Hope with JJ Jackass Abrams and just like you just can't do it and expect the fans to like drool all over it.
But we say we shouldn't have done anything to the Star Wars lore. 4, 5, and 6 were perfect movies. Let's just look at it that way, plain and simple. There's no arguing with that. Then they came out with 1, 2, 3, and those were just straight up abortions. And I wanted to actually abort baby Anakin. That like should never have been made in the first place. And they didn't learn the mistakes from that to decide we're going to make 7, 8, and 9. And 7, 8, and 9, they tried to go back and live off of memories from 4, 5, and 6. And that didn't work either. Should we just have never touched the Star Wars universe, leave it at 4, 5, and 6, and never go anywhere from there?
If they had developed the expanded universe I think it would have been fine, because if you look at the Thrawn trilogy, it takes the characters into different places. They have, new people who are interesting, new villains who are fascinating. There's a little bit of wonkiness with some cloning and stuff like that, but I just felt like they added. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the character Mara Jade.
Yeah, Luke's wife.
Yeah, she's a pretty
Marmalade.
important character. Marmalade.
Yes, Marmalade.
Or Grand Admiral Thrawn, who they did introduce into Rebels, correct?
Oh yeah, he was great in Rebels.
Yeah, he's a classic character, and it's I think that's the point. Is there are new stories to be told if you let people do it, but you're so busy going backwards that it's a struggle. That being said, I think Mandalorian is the best thing that Star Wars has done in 30 years.
Except we need more Baby Yoda.
Well, yeah, I mean, but the crazy thing is that, like, I feel like that. I mean, you're right, and I think that's why George Lucas created the cartoons, to give people more of the backstory, to help them like the first three. Because actually, after Clone Wars, that's what made me like 1, 2, and 3. Because now I kind of understood more.
Just more context.
Yeah, more context. I was like, oh, okay, pretty cool. But then once Disney purchased it, and I was like, oh, why?
But okay, so Clone Wars gave you a better understanding of 2 and 3, but 1 is still a piece of garbage. You can't deny that. And with Noon was saying Baby Yoda, and there's a lot of people that this Baby Yoda is the only reason that people are watching Mandalorian. The people I was watching this first episode with said the only reason I'm watching this, the only reason they keep coming back is for the child. And this episode, the Womp Rats, actually, I think after this episode, we want a couple baby Womp Rats.
Well, the crazy.
You want a Krat Dragon?
Maybe. I mean, but the crazy thing is like, well, I don't know if anyone knows out there, but this was the lowest rating of Mando. I mean, it's the first one, but out of the premieres, I think it was like the lowest one.
Is that because they didn't advertise this? Like, where?
Well, they did, but a lot of people said that the trailers were whack, garbage.
I don't think the trailer was very exciting. I'll agree with that.
The trailer wasn't that great, but then we saw the trailer. We did a trailer reaction, and then I forgot completely about it. The only reason I knew it was coming back is because we were talking about doing these shows with you. If it wasn't for that, I would have never known that season 2 started last week. I would have been completely in the dark about it. I don't think they really advertised aside from like that trailer. Then that was it. They completely just dropped the ball on that.
Out of nowhere, especially you would think after the failure of Mulan, they'd be like, guess what? We have something pretty big to come out on. It almost reminds me, I'm thinking, as I think of Disney Plus now, does anybody know what the next show is to come out? Like they're not very clear. Like
Mulan?
WandaVision.
Mulan.
Yeah, Mulan. They're going to re-release Mulan. Thanks.
Yeah, we can finally watch Mulan for free next month.
They're going to whitewash it. They're going to do white Mulan.
White Mulan.
Wow.
They already did that according to the Chinese.
Wulan. White Mulan.
Wulan.
Well, I mean,
He's an idiot.
We got that next month, and then WandaVision, I believe, is supposed to be this month. But
yeah, but they're
I
not
think
giving
that's
us a
just
definitive
rumors.
release date.
Yeah,
that's a rumor. Like, just tell people when your shit is coming out, Disney Plus. If you want to be like Netflix, you got to let people know when stuff is coming out. You can't just be like, derpa derpa.
And
like, they're being wishy-washy about it.
And you're right. And we have in the chat here, people are mentioning the other shows that are coming out on Disney Plus. We know about these.
We
Loki,
know,
Falcon.
when?
Give us dates. And I don't know if you out there as well, if you have, give us dates, because no one has any actual dates for any of this stuff.
And we know there's the coof out there stopping everything from production, but you can't tell me they didn't film enough of some of this stuff to let it go, like let it fly. Movie theaters ain't opening anytime soon. Why is Black Widow still sitting on the shelf? Like, just release it. You're wasting time. Well, I mean, you're wasting.
It's an outrage.
Is an outrage.
No, I mean, but yeah, I mean that's another like argument on itself, because you got tons of movies that's just gonna be shelved to 2021. But again, they want to make the money in the theater, where instead of doing it $30 premium. So
it makes a lot more money if you release it in the theaters. I get that, but at this point, they lost $9 billion last quarter. They got to bite the bullet and just. You got to get more subscribers on Disney Plus. You either commit to it or you don't. You can't half-ass it because there's just not enough new content. Everybody says the same thing. Yeah, they have a good back catalog, but there ain't nothing new on it, where Netflix is coming out with new stuff all the time. Amazon's kind of in the same boat where they got The Boys, but then what else they got? Nothing.
Jack Ryan.
And
And they all really do have to step their game up to keep up with Netflix, because you're right, movie theaters aren't opening anytime soon. Unfortunately, it looks like we're going to another round with all this crap, and I hope we all get through it without too much more damage.
Although fuck Netflix, by the way.
But Netflix,
forgot to say that.
I mean, you're saying fuck Netflix, but Netflix has been dumping a ton of money into their content
Like
still.
cuties.
They're still filming stuff right now. They're filming with
cuties.
Adam Sandler now towards Philadelphia.
Adam
They're-
Sandler cuties.
They're paying for
Joe Biden's favorite film.
they're paying for all their people, their crew, their set, their extras, their background. They're paying for them all to stay in hotels for 2
Underage
weeks
children.
to isolate before they go to set. Netflix is dumping a ton of money into still producing content now. And if the other networks aren't keeping up and they're not doing it, they're going to fall behind with what's going on right now.
Well, the problem is that they can't even buy these movies. Like, if they want to buy them off the companies, they're going to charge, like, I remember 007 was up, and MGM wanted $600 million for the rights to just show the movie.
But
Yeah.
it would have made a lot more in theaters.
Yeah,
probably.
pretty much. That's what they were like, we want $600 million. You're not
Yeah.
getting it for, like, 150. Like,
Yeah.
So, it's like a double-edged sword.
So-
Damn if
so-
you do,
so-
damn if you don't.
So do we find another way then? Do we find another way for these studios to make the money off it? Do they go back to the old time tested things of advertising and
Pay-per-view?
networks and pay-per-view
There
and
you
stuff
go.
like that? Ways for these studios to still pull in money. You know, you can pull more money through advertising than you can just by selling tickets. It's been tested. Put them up on Hulu. Put up a channel series network where it's just these movies that are supposed to be releasing, and advertise and charge for commercials. Put commercials back in the movies. It sucks, but it's the only way we're going to see it. Find another method for us to get these movies out there for right now, at least until this world can get back to normal.
There is plenty of advertising money out there, considering that if you bother to advertise in any major professional sport, you're just throwing your money away.
Yeah.
No one's watching those. But people are dying for movies, you know?
Well, because now everyone is doing like the movie review route. You know, everyone is doing that. They're live streaming. They have their Instagram movie review. So everyone wants new stuff to review. But again, all the major titles are not going to come out till next year, and we don't even know if they are coming out next year. Just 2020 comes around doesn't mean the virus fucking disappears. It ain't going nowhere.
They're talking about lockdowns again, so who knows?
Yeah. And then what's going to happen then? Oh, there you go. Wonder Woman is not coming out till 2025.
She'll be like 40 years old by the time it comes out.
You're pretty much.
Wonder Woman 3.
And we're going to get to a point that we're not really going to care anymore about any of these shows or these movies. I forget what movie it was that came out. It was a little bit ago, but it was like, we knew before the movie was released that they were done with the series. They fired the actors. They got pissed off. They closed it up. Swamp Thing, that was one of them that, we knew that there was going to be a season 2. So as you're watching it, you lost interest. You weren't invested in it anymore.
Well, it sucked after episode 3. So
this is also true. But there's been a few movies that going into it, we knew there wasn't going to be any more movies after it. So why would we care anymore about what's happening? Maybe it was like Transformers or one of those crap movies. But still, it was like, why am I going to care anymore about what's happening here? Because we know there's no more to this. This is a story. They're going to have a cliffhanger, but there's no way for them to finish it because we know it's over. So I'm not going to care about this. The same thing's going to happen to Wonder Woman and all these others because there's going to go too long. They're not going to be bringing the actresses back, and it's going to be over.
I mean, oh, look, they say Mandalorian Martin says the 100s was good. What does that mean? They canceled it?
No,
No,
the
it's not
100,
the
like the
show.
show that I've reviewed.
No, I saw the first 2 seasons and then I stopped.
You should go back. It's on
I'm-
Netflix. I rewatched the whole
is that
thing.
the CW show?
Yeah, like they fall off the planet.
There's a
or
bunch
whatever.
of hot teens in the forest. Like, what else do you need?
I watched it when they had Alexa. Was it Alexa?
You know what you would like better than Hot
She's like
Teens
the
in the
least
Forest?
hot
They're
one out
new.
of them.
You
Well, I'm
would
not
like
saying she was
hot
hot.
preteens in the forest.
I like preteens in the forest.
Yeah, and then why don't you go one step further and just have?
Where is there preteens in the forest?
I'm just saying that's the next show that you're going to suggest.
Yes, maybe.
Bruh.
What was the
Okay.
one with they had to take this
Cuties in
stupid
the
thing in
forest.
the mouth and they went into the Matrix in 100?
Debbie Does Dallas.
Take what in the mouth?
They take it looks like a disc.
That was Noob was in that. Noob was in that. He took that right down his throat.
Take
And
a
then they're
disc in the
forest.
mouth, and then what?
No,
Where are we going with this?
no. There was a season that in the 100s they took this stupid thing, and it was like then they went into like this robotic, like futuristic crap.
Yeah. I don't Everclear. I don't know what the fucking name of it was. It was an AI.
Boy.
They
Yes.
swallowed it.
Yeah, they had to
Yeah.
swallow
They went to
something.
Eden or whatever.
They took
I don't
something
know.
in the mouth and had to swallow it in order to go to the
Yeah.
future.
Yeah,
That sounds like a date night with Noob.
Well, because it was Black Jesus telling them to like swallow a pill, and then they went into Eden, and then
that's what it was. Yeah, some weird thing
yeah.
like that. Yeah, it was weird.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
they melted their brains entire. Yeah, I forget what it was called.
yeah, it was weird. What is it? Oh, thanks a lot. My Alexa. Oh, my Amazon Echo just turned on. Thanks, Alex. Alexa.
Order me sushi from the nearest sushi store.
Oh man.
Alexa, play porn.
Oh my God.
Oh Jesus!
Oh my gosh.
Oh Jesus.
I did want to mention before we get we forget about the Mandalorian. I wanted to point out one Easter egg. If you noticed, after they kill the Krat Dragon, they pull a pearl out of it. The Tusken Raiders pull the pearl. That pearl is can be used and refined to make a lightsaber.
It has a kyber crystal in it.
Well, no, but it doesn't have a kyber crystal in it, but a Krat Dragon pearl can be used to craft one just like a kyber crystal. The one person who did have one does not get talked about an awful lot from Knights of the Old Republic, KOTR, for those of you gamers out there. Revan had a lightsaber with a Krat Dragon pearl in it. So
You are fake news.
it's all true.
You think he's Oh no, I don't think they're gonna bring.
Well,
out
Revan died like 10,000 years.
Yeah, 10,000 BC or whatever the hell they go by.
It'd be nice.
They threw that in there.
It'd be nice if they explained it because they pulls this pearl out of there. I'm like, oh,
And they're all
is that-
happy. They're like, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, like
woo!
the Tusken Raiders know that this can be made for a lightsaber.
That's what an Easter egg is, Scott. They don't
thought-
like write down on the Easter egg, "Dear Scott, this Krat Dragon pearl can be used and refined into a lightsaber." It's for the Uber fans who are like, "Oh my God, they pulled out the Krat Dragon pearl."
I thought it was an actual egg they pulled out of it. I thought they were like, oh great, now they're gonna raise their own dragon.
Maybe they will.
I thought they were gonna break it like in season 1 and start eating that crap.
The goo out of it.
And that's why I thought they were all excited about
Yeah.
it. By the way, you have this picture here. Why did it have to spit acid spit?
Like aliens, right?
Yeah,
Like when
That
they
was a
bleed?
little weird. It was
Yeah.
also a little graphic for a show that's like not very graphic in general. Like I was a little surprised at the level of violence that was in this particular episode. Like I thought it was unnecessary to see people melting. I don't know. Am I a wuss? But
Did they melt that much? I don't
yeah,
remember
they
Yeah,
spit,
yeah.
spit on them and they spit on a bunch of Tusken Raiders and some of the villagers or the people who most deaf, whatever the name of their
They don't
bar
even have real
town
faces,
was.
so that
Wait.
doesn't count.
They killed Mos Def in this?
No, it's not most Eisley. It's most Pretendo or most deaf
Yeah,
or
it
most,
was
Ja
most
Rule.
Yeah.
simpleton, most Ja Rule.
most.
Firefest.
It was the town of Firefest. Yeah, I don't know why. It could already eat you. Why does it need to spit acid too? Like it's not.
They had to
I
make
don't
it
know.
more challenging for them to get him out. They're like, I don't know. I just, yeah, it just spit. I was like, what is wrong with this?
Yeah, and they just had to throw in yet another reference to like, oh, it makes its nest in a sarlacc.
Oh, wait. Let's throw this back then, because I realized this. We were talking earlier about Boba Fett coming back and the Mando's armor surviving the interns of this dragon thing, which
No,
has
it's not the
acid
dragon,
spit.
the sarlacc pit. Two
Yeah,
different animals.
But
Get
the
that right.
the Mandalorian was swallowed by this dragon thing that has acid spit.
Right.
Boba Fett fell into a Sarlacc pit. Two different animals. There's no guarantee there that Boba Fett was going to survive the Sarlacc pit.
Yeah, but
Fett was
remember, he
going to
had
be
the-
dissolved for 1,000 years. Remember, that's what they say. What happens to people who fall in the Sarlacc pit? They are dissolved alive for 1,000 years.
Yes.
And he had the rocket. Because now we've seen that the damn thing shoots, so he could have shot it.
By the way, where did the sheriff get a refill for that rocket launcher?
I was thinking that myself. I was like,
The Jawas.
So the Jawas just happen to have like an arsenal of Mandalorian rockets for this particular
Absolutely.
model.
Of course.
That's on his back.
100%.
Yeah.
Just like they magically had a bunch of explosives at their cantina. Don't you just carry explosives in your house?
Well,
Yes,
I do.
yes, but that's because I'm crazy.
What mammoth? The bantha?
Yeah, that thing, the furry thing.
The thing I've mentioned several times. Yeah, what about
Furry.
it?
They blew him up with the bombs.
Oh, you
I
mean
don't
the
know. I
one that
wasn't
they
paying attention to that
he
show.
wasn't even watching. He doesn't even know what a Mandalorian is.
Baby Yoda.
He just waits to hear Baby Yoda noises and goes, "Oh."
There was no Baby Yoda meme scenes.
There was not enough Baby Yoda.
There
No,
was when it was in the spit jar or whatever it is when he pointed up. It did the gizmo from Gremlins.
When he popped up after he burst the sandworm.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh,
You could use that.
yeah, you could use that.
You could use that for a meme. But
You could
yeah.
also use it for a T-shirt, by the way. Looking
Plug.
for an awesome T-shirt, and you happen to like Our Reviews Will Kill You. We have a great Baby Yoda T-shirt about force choking bitches. So be sure to check that out.
ourreviewswillkillyou.com/links will take you to the page with everything, including the store where we have more new shirts there as well.
Especially the Baby Yoda.
Especially
Now I
that
have to
Baby
choke-
Yoda shirt. Yes.
Now I have to force choke a bitch. Check it out. We promise. You'll probably start seeing us wear these. We do have some amazing new shirts coming your way. We have a couple of them out now. So don't ask us to explain them. They're too meta for all of you, but you'll enjoy them.
The child shirt is actually pretty self-explanatory. You don't need to be meta to get that one.
Well, pretty much. You know what's funny? Talking about memory berries, wasn't it the same thing when he hit the backpack from the back and he flew up just like in Return of the Jedi?
They're all member berries.
Because I was
man.
like, wait a minute, why did he have to do that? Why didn't he just say, dude, I'm going inside the pit, like inside his
why
belly?
did he be a dick like that?
Yeah, he was just like, all right, give me the detonator. He gave him the detonator. He just went bang. And it was.
Yeah, he said
Apparently everyone knows that the Mandalorian jetpacks just randomly go off if you hit them.
Yeah,
but I
pretty
think
much.
that's because they were made by Ford Pinto.
It's common knowledge that they just explode.
If you back into a wall too quickly, they explode. After he comes out of it, he's like, I'm sorry, I didn't have time to tell you. No, actually, you had plenty of time. You're like, you are going to go take care of the child now. Give me the detonator. Now we're going to stand here for 5 seconds before I hit you on the back. No, you had plenty of time to explain it, asshole.
Yeah, he had plenty of time. I thought that was there's like just a little bit of and don't get us wrong, folks. I know it sounds like we're being hypercritical of everything, but that's because we have the passion for these things. Padma. Yes, we want it. We want to see more Star Wars. I like the direction that the Mandalorian's going. I hope they do more of these things, and let's expand on the universe. Let's not retrograde, and don't let J.J. Abrams touch anything else. I heard he's about to ruin Lord of the Rings. J.J. Abrams, I'm telling you right now. I'm talking to you, J.J. Abrams. Do not touch Lord of the Rings. I will come after you. I'm going to send an army after you. Do not touch it. Stay away. Bad, J.J. Abrams. He's an idiot.
Lord of the Rings sucks.
No, it's
Star
amazing.
Wars sucks. But you know what doesn't suck? Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, God.
No, God!
Dragon Ball Z is the best.
No, God, please,
Sam Jr. knows.
No!
Wait,
You
so,
touch all my balls.
Why are you going to bring down another show? Y'all are bring down our show with that every time. Why are you going to do it to somebody else?
So J.J. Abrams is going to go to Lord of the Rings?
So the Lord of the Rings Amazon show, which I don't know if you've heard anything about it. From what I understand, I don't know that much about it, but I heard it is maybe based on the Silmarillion, which is another J.R.R. Tolkien like kind of prequel to the Lord of the Rings trilogy, right? They are going to. They're having trouble finishing production, and they're shopping it to production companies because there's something wrong with it. You know how like they made a Game of Thrones prequel pilot and they threw it out. It's like a 2-hour movie and they just trashed it and it'll never see the light of day. This is very similar where Amazon has paid a lot of money for this and they are just, it's not coming together. There's something wrong with it and nobody's really reported exactly what it is. But the rumor is that they are looking to hire Bad Robot and J.J. Abrams to take over production of this. And he is the master of ruining good things. Do not let him touch it.
You know what's crazy? I enjoyed the Star Treks. I liked the first movie, but I hated the second movie.
Dude, the first movie was mediocre, and it was, look, it's a little like interesting to see. Like, oh, look, you can't get the old cast. Let's reboot. I'm okay with rebooting it, right? I don't like the fact that they changed the timeline, but whatever, it's fine.
It worked though.
They effed up the Wrath of Khan so
That
bad.
one, I fucking hated it. Yes, yeah. I hated it. And then again, he did it to the Rise of Skywalker. Why? Every time this guy touches something, somebody got to freaking heal. Self-heal. Khan's blood doesn't heal people.
No.
If you watch Star Trek. And then guess what? He gave the Jedis force healing. And I went, oh, God. This
It's just it is like I'm just tired. He's lazy is my problem with him. Yep. I've always go back to this TED talk that he had about mystery boxes, and he's the guy who gave us Lost and never finished the story. Like the dude doesn't know how to finish any stories. He doesn't know.
His wife even said he can't finish.
He can't never brings it to completion. He just doesn't know how.
Super 8 is J.J. Abrams' best movie.
Probably. I would agree. It's still his best movie. Wow. And it's a ripoff of Spielberg. It's literally E.T. if E.T. was homicidal. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, look, a lot of people are writing here. Tribal Gigolo says, just leave the story alone. They ruined it with the prequels.
Star Wars?
I think he said Star Wars. I think Lord of the Rings, maybe.
Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit movie. I don't know. The Hobbit's kind of.
I think he might be talking Star Wars because he said they ruined it with the prequels, and I don't think
Lord
of the Rings didn't have prequels.
Hobbit's not really a prequel, but it's fine.
Yeah,
it is not. It has no connection to Lord of the Rings whatsoever, except for it tells there's one connection.
The ring is in there.
It shows you where the ring is. That's the only connection the two movies have.
What's the title of the movie?
Well,
Lord
did it?
of
Wait,
Rings.
but I see what you mean. But was it the Hobbits with Frodo's uncle or whoever the hell it was?
Bilbo.
Yeah,
yes.
Bilbo.
The Hobbit is the story of Bilbo and has
Baggins.
Nothing to do with the ring other than the fact that he happens to find the ring and bring it he brings it into play, but it has nothing to do with I mean, to me, it's not a prequel. There's no real connection other than like one very specific incident that happens to connect to the Lord of the Rings.
Vortex Studio said, if you made a whole Star Wars movie, you're definitely not lazy. Well, yes, you are if you copied episode 4 or 5.
Wait, say that one again. He's not lazy?
Vortex Studio said, if you made a whole Star Wars movie, you're definitely not lazy.
He's a lazy writer. That has nothing to do with directors and writers are two different roles in movies. And he's a lazy writer, but he's a competent director. It's a little annoying, all the lens flares. I would like to see him just direct something and not write and direct. Not to mention, and I like Batman versus Superman, but they had the same writer do that. That's the writer. I think his name is Chris Terrio or something like that, who also wrote Rise of the Skywalker. So, I mean, come on, it's the MacGuffin chase. Like, they might as well have changed it from Rise of the Skywalker to Let's Chase MacGuffins.
I mean, a lot of people are saying here, also, J.J. Abrams' Mission Impossible 3 was really good. That was a decent movie. That was pretty good. Chris Torello.
There we go. See, we have fact checkers to back us up here.
Chris Torello. Yeah, him, Dennis,
Terrio.
Bob Kane didn't write the screen, did he?
Bob Kane did Batman. No.
It's like screenplay, Bob Kane.
I don't think that's true.
David S. Geyer.
Oh, David S. Goyer.
Goyer,
Yes,
yeah.
he's Batman.
And then Chris Terrio.
That's Batman versus Superman, correct?
And
Yeah.
the Dark Knight trilogy.
Dawn of Justice.
Yeah.
The best movie ever.
What movie?
The Batman vs Superman.
I liked. Yeah,
I liked it a lot.
I like it a lot.
fantastic.
There's a lot of people who will disagree with us, but I
Those
think
people are wrong.
all four of us think that that's a really good movie.
Yeah.
Especially in hindsight, after you saw Justice League, you realize, oh well, Batman vs Superman was actually really good.
I don't want to. Let's not get too far off track. I was gonna talk about something, but that was connected to the Snyder Cut, but because we're all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, we could do a separate thing on that. If we want to do an episode on DC movies, we'll have fun with that. But in terms of Star Wars,
I got a bad feeling about this.
there you go. You have to use the nostalgia.
Gotta use it. We
gotta
use
use
it.
it.
Everybody's
There we
got to
go.
use it. But you got to sprinkle it in the right. Like, if you had to list the number of references, we're talking like just in this one episode. I feel like it was just over. It was too many. It's like 2 per scene versus just the straight up. You know, it would have been better if they had cut some of that stuff. You know.
Well, where do you guys want to see him go for episode 2? If you had to think of like guessing it.
What were those dancers in Jabba Hutt's palace?
Twilix?
The Twilix. I want to see him go to a strip club on that planet.
Yeah. Did you ever notice if you watched the original cut of Return of the Jedi that she's wearing a see-through shirt? Was
Yeah,
that-
there's full nipple in that.
Yeah. Oh my God. What?
Carrie Fisher's tits?
No, not Carrie Fisher. The Twilix girls.
Not
The
Carrie
one that
Fisher.
dances for Jabba.
Didn't
Her
Carrie
shirt is
Fisher dance
completely
for Jabba?
see-through.
I thought Carrie Fisher danced for Jabba.
She was just in a metal bikini, which was probably very uncomfortable.
Yes. Well, she
Yeah.
was hopped up on cocaine, so she
I mean,
didn't
that's
care.
probably like the hot. Like that's
jeez.
one memory I haven't. I'm kind of surprised. They've never really tapped into that. I guess because it's like too sexual.
Tapped
The whole
into
Carrie
what?
Fisher. Like they've never had another girl
Oh,
dressed
dress.
in that outfit. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
Well,
that.
you know
outfit,
why? Because now
like-
we're in a sensitive generation. So if you had a girl, they were like in a bikini, and they would have been like, man, like was it dominatrix in
a
Star
steel
Wars?
bikini. Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah,
like
she
the
would- yeah.
first part on most young boys got.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely like one of the first movies I touched myself to. But she definitely, it was definitely early on before like people were realizing like, oh wait a second, that's like sex slavery. Like,
Yeah.
whoa, wait a second.
You came pretty close to seeing boobs in a Star Wars film. If you rewatch Return of the Jedi, in fact, you do see boobs because the Twila girl is wearing a see-through shirt.
Yes, there is nipple when she gets pulled over. There is nipple in that scene. If you pause it enough, as some of us may have done, you will see it.
Well,
And
I
the
don't know about
holiday-
the newer. I don't know about the newer cuts, like the 4K.
Yeah,
They might have
newer
edited it out.
I think they
Yeah.
may have edited it. You have to see an original version.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I will say what the Christmas special is probably the worst thing ever filmed ever.
There's a Star Wars Christmas.
Oh,
Oh,
you could
yes.
do an entire. You could do 2 hours just talking about the Christmas
Please don't.
special.
I may actually. What I'll do is that we're going to be doing this show for a while. I'm going to make sure I build up and save all the music from that Christmas special.
Oh, sweet.
And
Mother
the
of
week
mercy.
week before Christmas, and we're doing our Mandalorian special that week. We're going to do a Star Wars special Christmas.
Oh yes, we should do that. A Christmas Star
Oh
Wars.
my gosh.
That would be
When
awesome.
has there
Life
ever
Day.
been a Christmas Star
We'll
Wars?
celebrate some Life Day.
Yeah.
Life Day is in canon now. Did you know that? They added Life Day, so it's canon. That means the Christmas special is canon.
Oh geez.
That means Chewbacca's family is canon, including his creepy grandpa who likes to watch. I can't even get into it. It's too much. It's overwhelming. I heard there's a Lego Christmas special, which I don't know if that's real or not. If it's like really based off the actual Christmas special, that's technically the first appearance of Boba Fett.
In the
Yeah,
Christmas-
I mean,
Yeah.
like Tribal Jiggler said, let's talk more about the nipples for a minute, and he started laughing.
Well, I mean, I'm telling you,
Are they Aborigine nipples?
they are beautiful. Twi'lek. Do you know what a Twi'lek is?
I do not.
The Twi'lek is the
a
people
Twinkie?
who have the
A
two
twink?
tails on their head.
Yeah, with those big tentacles, and if you've seen enough hentai, you know exactly where that's going. Nipples are like train crashes. It doesn't matter how bad it is, you still got to see it. I mean, come on.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Wow.
don't know.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm trying to figure out like where will we go? I hope he does not go to another village and help.
More people?
Yeah, help more people.
That's just gonna be the thing.
At least one more village that he has to help.
He's like, help me! My son has been taken. Can you help me? Like,
oh my God! You know there's gonna be an abduction one. There has to be.
Oh, they have to be like Indiana Jones Temple of Doom. Like they took the whole kids village. Like they took the village.
Oh my God! I bet you're right. I'm 100%. I would put money on that prediction.
Yeah, watch. It's gonna be like they took all our children and they slaved them, and he'd be like,
they're in the mines.
yeah, in the mines of like Hoth or some crap.
Mines of Minolta.
And there's only one man that can find them.
There's just one man that can come if you need help and you know how to find him. Maybe you can track down the Mando.
The Mandalorian.
The Mando, starring Baby Yoda as the child.
The man team.
The man team.
Mando.
What's her name? Gina Carrero as Cara Dune. Carl Weathers as the guy who gives everybody hockey pucks that glows. The guy who gives people hockey pucks.
Nick Nolte as the dead guy.
That's the dead
guy. The Ugnaught who died. Is he an Ugnaught?
Yeah, Ugnaught. Yeah, Ugnaught.
Who died.
He was in Solo,
dies.
right?
No, he died in The Mandalorian.
He died in the first one, yeah.
You don't think? Oh, he was the.
He was the voice of. He was a great character.
He was awesome. I have spoken.
I have
spoken.
I thought he was
man.
fantastic.
Yeah, you could do that for like every character that shows up. Timothy Othman as the Marshal.
As the Marshal.
AKA Face.
AKA the Face Man.
Face
He
man.
is the Face Man because his hair is so beautiful.
Yeah, he's so hot.
Man. Oh my God! I think you nailed it. He's putting together the A-team.
I am.
Is Cara Dune their B.A. Baracus?
No. Cara Dune is the chick from A-Team.
Yeah, but
she's part of the team.
But she's their B.A. Baracus.
Yeah, well, she's the brute.
B.A.
Yeah, she's the brute. She can fight hand to hand, and she knows the weapons and everything. Yeah. We got to get Murdoch.
Who's Howlin' Mad Murdoch?
I think that we still got to wait for it. We got to still wait for Murdoch.
Is that? What if it's the crazy lady with the droid? She's kind of crazy.
Actually, yeah, I think Murdoch. That's my money. That's Murdoch right there. She is
right.
Murdoch.
We will lock it in for now until we see more of the characters. Yeah, we'll lock it in. The crazy lady with the 3 androids from episode 1. Yeah. Now I'm thinking about it. Well,
Great. Now we're gonna have to do the whole A-Team theme.
Yes, we're gonna have to do the 18 once we get all these names and do the intro.
Scott, you got to Photoshop the A-Team truck and then just put
the Razor Crest. It has to be the Razor Crest.
What am I gonna do?
Stripe.
What am I gonna do this? Now I gotta do a new intro for Orc U now. When am I gonna find out?
You gotta do the Razor Crest, right? You gotta do the Razor Crest in black with the red stripe on the side, and that would be badass.
On the side of his helmet. Oh wait, we can't tell. We can't give up our secrets yet.
We can't.
I gotta make news on this.
we gotta see the design work and say yes or no. This is can't work.
I'll have to run this by. Oh great! Now the council of elder people behind me. Have to deal with.
That does not work. The stripe is in the wrong area. Put it somewhere else.
So have we beaten Baby Yoda and the Mandalorian to death, or I think we've done a good job covering this.
Yeah, I think it was. We did a great job destroying episode 1.
We left no stone unturned.
No, we did not.
Yes,
we did. Yes, we did leave one turn. Yes, the stones that did not turn, or whatever you just said. Yes. When they were looking at each other going, are you going to make me take off the armor? And they went, are you going to make me take the armor off of you? And it was like a back and forth looking like that Western. They were looking at each other. It was like a 5-minute. Huh?
Because they're gay.
Yes.
He wanted to take the armor off in a sexual way, and
yeah, he was like, "You gonna take off that armor, or I will take it for you."
So you're saying that was a little too intense?
Sand people butter on them and
sand people butter.
Are you gonna take the armor off? Why don't you take it off for me?
Oh jeez! Now we had to go and ruin everything.
Play with it. Hit her weenies.
Oh man! Like, is there gonna be a problem?
Make Baby Yoda force jerk him off.
Oh my God!
You're so stupid. I mean, he is 52, so it's not like he's underage.
Oh man.
He's almighty fat.
All right.
Oh. And scene.
show.
I'm tapped out.
On that note.
On that note, and scene.
Do we need to get played out now?
Yes, we should play us out. Just don't make it too loud, Scott.
We didn't talk about this. Is one of us going to do the whole, like, if you like what you've seen here, find us later?
Well, first
you
of
can do
all,
it-
we're
you
Not
know-
our fucking show, Scott.
yeah, stop taking over the show. This is Levels of Geek, and you have to subscribe. You have to like it. Make sure you put some commentary in there, too, because you can tell Alex that stop letting degenerates come on his show. Only let nice people, not these scumbags who work you.
No, go ahead, plug your stuff in for everybody. Plug your channel.
So, if you like what you heard here this week, head on over to our Instagram at orc_you. Check us out at facebook.com/ourreviewswillkillyou. Our YouTube is available at youtube.com/ourreviewswillkillyou. And if you go to ourreviewswillkillyou.com/links, you'll find our channels, our podcasts, our store, our videos, everything you need to be part of the Orc universe.
There you go, guys. And of course, if you guys are watching the replay, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. OrcU is coming back next week on a Thursday at 9 p.m. the same time, same channel. We're going to have fun with episode 2. We're going to, of course, ruin it, destroy it, just like we did in this episode.
Go all out.
I'm
You're
just
gonna
waiting
go
for
all
Baby Yoda sex scene. I want it.
There's no Baby Yoda sex scenes.
Yes, we're going to have so much more fun. More soundboards. It looks like that's what's going to happen.
Oh Lord.
More soundboards. And of course, tonight I'll be on Unboxing with Me Unboxing's Instagram Q&A for his 1,000 follower. He's trying to reach that milestone. So that's tonight at 11.
Congratulations, unboxing.
Yeah. Thank you so much for everyone that joined us. From Sam Jr., Tribor Gigolo, Tony Movie Chappie. Geez, it was a lot. Jay. We have a lot of people. Vortex Studio knows his Star Wars knowledge.
Don't forget Sam Jr.
Is it in Voltrix
Sam
Studios? Are you like saying his name wrong? Maybe that's why I hate you.
Voltrix
Maybe.
Studios, yes.
Voltrix, Vortex, everything. I don't got my
Voltron.
glasses. Voltron. Oh, man. Sam Jr., of course. I'll say it even again.
Jay
Mandalorian Martin.
Horror and
Yeah.
Coffee.
Horror and
Jay
Coffee.
Manley.
Whores and
Transformer
coffee?
Horse and Coffee.
Transformer Con. Oh, man. Oh, I think that's pretty much everyone.
Transformer condoms. Yes, I do have those.
Big
Yeah.
Bird.
Sam Jr., seriously, who the fuck are you? One day we'll find out.
Can we have him as a guest?
Who? Sam Jr.?
Sam Jr. as a guest.
Ooh, yeah, we should. Oh, and of course, tomorrow we're going to be reviewing episode 2 here live. And then
Not
next
with
week
us.
will be with Orc U on a Thursday. Tomorrow will be the PG-13 version of the review. And then next Thursday, you get the rated R uncut ultimate edition of...
Uncut.
Yes, the uncut, non-censored or version.
So check us out first because it's 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Our Reviews Will Kill You goes live with our weekly show, and then afterwards you jump over and hang out with these guys.
So there you have it. That's what happens. And of course, I'm not doing Friday shows all the time. This is just for the Mando. And then after that, my Fridays are free.
And then you're going to be regular on our show, right?
Yeah, I'll be regular on OrcU. I'm gonna jump on OrcU and go crazy, drink and have fun. We'll talk about it. We'll have some fun. But again, guys, thank you so much for joining in tonight, and thank you OrcU for coming onto the show. It was a blast. We will catch you guys next week.
Thank you, Alex.